That, to my eyes, is still the prettiest 5 Series, and this is the new one. Certainly looks new and a lot larger. Yep. Hey. Can you hear me? That's the dashboard. Air condition. Oops. This is how you adjust the air vents, I guess. What's that sound? That's the key. Alright, let's go. Okay, I know it's a bit dark, but this is the G30 pre-facelift, this is the facelift, and this is the new one, the G80. It's taller by every measure, especially the base of the A-pillar. Look at the side mirror height to this, it's a lot taller. And then towards the back, it is also a lot taller. Right, every dimension has been expanded, so you can see in the G30 the windscreen is lower, the boot lid is lower. This one, the whole angle has been raised, so it gives a lot more room inside, a lot more boot space. Alright. I want to show you all the welcoming lights. Very nice. And there's the LED thing. I don't know how to activate it. Oh, look at that. Okay. So by every means, it looks way more modern. I don't like how it looks compared to these two, but you can't deny the fact that it looks more modern when you park next to one another, right? Immediately you can tell this is the newer car, because I do not know what was it, probably the wheels design, just the way it is being executed, the cleaner lines and all that. Yeah, because it's an EV, it doesn't need to have all the actual grills and all that. It only needs the pretend grills. But I do miss stuff like these. It's completely absent from this. Alright. And then it's just the way it is refined and finished. Right, look at this. The side mirror, the housing is one module. Right, and then here is another trim. This one just goes all the way in. You know how it's been cleaned up. Alright, and then this one has the glass thing, and then this extra thing. So, and then of course the recessed door handles versus the traditional door handles. It just feels more modern. But I wouldn't say it is prettier than the classic BMW taillights. In every means, I think this is a way better looking car. And I do not like this exterior. I don't like it at all. But the way BMW has sized it up without it feeling clumsy and bulky. But one thing surprises me is it's a lot bigger outside. Why is it not a lot bigger inside? Inside just feels the same. You know, doesn't feel a lot larger, even though it's a lot taller. The whole car is a lot higher than this, right? It's a lot higher by every dimension, but in terms of room, it's not a lot bigger, at least in the way I use it and drive it. It just doesn't occur to me that there is a shit ton more room inside, because it's already huge. Because even in the old one, it is already huge. So I do not know how they can make it huger or more room, because this is now at the border of what is acceptable as a personal luxury vehicle. What is a personal luxury vehicle? A vehicle that you can drive yourself comfortably in whatever you wear without, how do I mute it? Without you looking like a driver. So if you have a 7 Series, you know, and this round the 7 Series completely gave up the idea of trying to look like you can drive it yourself. They went all out to be a vehicle that is for you to be chauffeured, and I think they succeeded in that, because the i7 is by far the most comfortable car I have ever driven. Okay, and my judgment includes a Cullinan. I'm not joking. It is more comfortable than the Cullinan in the i7. Of course, I haven't driven the new Rolls-Royce in EV. I bet that is another level up, but I do not know where is the ceiling for all this. Okay, as for this one certainly, I would say, could be even better than the G12 7 Series. Primarily because this is i5, this is EV, and that is a traditional plug-in hybrid or petrol combustion car. Now I want to talk about this one. Sorry, I should turn it back on. This guy here, I hated it. I still hate it because of, you see, when I start the car, it automatically goes into expressive mode, which makes a weird sound, and I don't understand this as opposed to this. Okay, so you hear that sound? So if I'm rolling now, there's that sound. It sounded like this car has a bad wheel hub bearing. I kid you not. For those who have experienced changing your wheel hub bearing, you will know what I'm saying. That sound that this Hans Zimmer thing is doing. So I have to press and go into efficient to get rid of that sound. Now it's gone. Okay, now it's completely gone. But why BMW automatically switch back to expressive mode when I want efficient? Every time I start the car, I go back to expressive, and that wheel hub bearing sound comes on. Alright, this is relax. Relax, it will activate all the blinds behind, which I don't need. I'm very relaxed now. I'm in an i5, but the blind doesn't retract back. But I learned something. So in my previous 2 videos where I have to, I'm dealing with this piece of horrible UI UX interface, you know, like this one, all the weird designs that has no correlation with this rectangle screen, and it does nothing, you know, and then you press this, and then you can change the content, you know, and then you have a dedicated button just to deal with this screen, right? And then what you want to display there. Okay, AR, really? Okay, let's try AR. And then there's, oh, okay, that's, where's the AR just now? Where did it go? AR. Okay, I have AR. And then, oh, this one, navigation AR, probably. Okay, I like that. And then you can show the map, blah 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 blah. Let me stick to AR. We'll see how it is later. And then that's the heads-up display. In efficient mode, it shows some diamond thing. It's just weird. Okay, and this is horrible in terms of looking for things. It's absolutely horrible. Okay, it's still horrible. Yeah, this one, if I don't go auto, it has this. Now this is a lot better than the previous one. Remember previously I mentioned, actually they changed very little thing. They just added this seat there just to show you that visual. The previous one is nothing, and then just two small icon here for you to press up and down. See, this screen is so huge, and adjusting the wind volume is something that shouldn't be poking a small arrow. It shouldn't be. It should be a slider. Why does it not allow me to slide? Why is this entire part, you know, not super interactive or whatnot? It's, you know, it's bad. It's bad. The whole thing is just bad. Visually okay, but it's bad. The UI UX is bad. But I discovered something from my viewers who asked me, Bobby, have you complained so much? Have you tried the voice command? And I tried it. It's amazing. Okay, I never rehearsed it. Okay, open window blind.
Okay, I will open all blinds.
Including the panoramic roof. Fantastic. So even with, you know, Bluetooth pairing.
You can connect your mobile phone in this menu. Please continue using manual control.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday, so I learned something. There were so many things that I can keep on driving without even touching this thing, and just press that button and then just talk to it. You see, like, turn on ambient lighting green.
The light color can only be set in personal mode.
What do you mean? Turn on ambient lighting.
No problem. I will turn the ambient lighting on.
See? Turn off center display.
I switched off the control display.
See? That is not bad. So I'm still discovering stuff, but learning that this car can have so many commands that it can execute really eases a lot of the pain points for me that has to do with this bad UI UX. Okay, but so far it is extremely comfortable. It is really nice to drive. It is really nice to drive. As a big family sedan, I just chuck it into the bends and all that, and the car just follows, and I try to, you know, tuck in the steering tighter and tighter, and it just does it without complaints like a BMW does. Of course, there's zero feel, don't expect that, but apart from feel, there is the expectation of how a chassis has been tuned and controlled and react, and on that part, it's brilliant. Okay, I still maintain the fact that they should fire their UI UX team. It's horrible. Even the head-up display UI is horrible. But the thing is this, you see, I know whatever I say, the cars will still sell, but trust me not, you compare people like us with the new generation influencers, so-called, you know, those that bring the camera. Oh, this is the new BMW i5. It has a heads-up display, it has an iDrive control, it has a panoramic roof, it has blah 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 blah. Basically, those type of people will not be the ones who make a long video like us and ask BMW, why did you make the car turn off its air condition just because I stopped the car for a while, opened the door to grab something? Why do you turn off the air conditioning, right? And then have my family members in the car not knowing what to do, and then, you know, they used to be like that. But it is people like us who keep reminding BMW, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, because we have driven enough, many cars to drive home a conclusion or a comparison, and then what we felt is better, we will say it in our videos, right? And it is people like us that resulted in things like these. Now, the car doesn't switch off the air conditioning when I stop the car and switch off the car. As long as there's people inside that hasn't exited the car, they let the air conditioning keep on running. And these can only come from seasoned, experienced automotive journalists like us, who, through our tests, tell BMW what's wrong. So trust me that Hans Zimmer wheel hub bearing sound thing that I complained today, probably others did not. Just wait for it. I think you'll be gone, you know, because it doesn't make sense. You cannot make ambient sounds that sound like mechanical stuff wearing out. It doesn't make sense. You can make some kind of other sound, not that, all right? That sounded like wheel hub bearing on the way out, and it worried me, all right? Especially for modern cars that you can't feel anything from the steering or vibration or whatnot. Even when you park your car, even when your bumper hit a curb, you cannot hear it or tell it. In old cars, you can feel the car hitting something. New cars, you do not at all. So when we hear some weird sound, we would have thought, hey, is that our car? You know, these are the things. And other than that, I mean, I can't complain with the fit and finish of this cabin. It is so solid. It is so solid. You cannot get the creaks that you get in the Mercedes-Benz, all right? Everything is just rock solid. You try in this i5, press everything, and then you go into a Mercedes, don't even go EQE, go EQS, and then you press everything and see. The fit and finish, the level of fit and finish in this car is just absolutely solid, you know, fantastic. And of course the steering is nice, everything is nice. I just need to get used to all this. I still don't like the fact that there is a lot of buttonry that has been removed. However, yeah, I get it. I mean, BMW, you win, all right, because I'm beginning to try and use voice command more. And that is a contradicting thing, right? Because if voice command is so good, if I have this and this, then why a giant screen in the middle that blares to me? Now when I drive this car, I prefer to just go turn off ambient lighting.
Okay, I'm switching off the ambient light.
And then it forgets that I asked it to switch off the center display. It will turn it back on when I activated voice command. So these are the small little things that they still need time to figure it out, or when they hire another UI UX team, probably replace it. All right, I still think that, you know, it shouldn't be a button that you poke. You know, if it is touchscreen, put a bar there that I can quickly swipe. You know, I can quickly just swipe and then I get it. I know I accidentally touch it, you know, but it has to be a swipeable bar, big here, permanent, here as well, you know, and probably horizontally I can swipe the temperatures, vertically I can swipe the temperatures, horizontally I can swipe the air volume, which is a good and fast thing for me to just quickly do it, you know. And then at any given point of time on the screen or here, or probably here, there's a mute button or whatnot, you know, a quick one. And I still don't understand this. I don't. This one, it seems like this one can override this one cannot override this one. Interesting. So someone tell me, what does this do? I don't get it. I don't get it. Does it reduce the air volume? Oh yes, it does. So I can set it here, I can further it here. Okay, interesting. And this one is sort of pneumatic. because this is digital and then there's a physical control here. I remember in the i7 I couldn't see these two things. I thought there's no way to adjust the airflow, but apparently they're hidden here. Somehow BMW felt they need it to be hidden, or maybe BMW had a huge fallout with MBPO and not allowing them to slot their perfume on the air vents and broke the air vents and go back and claim warranty. Probably that's the case. Alright, BMW, anyone working in BMW, please let me know. Is it because of people sticking their mobile phones, their perfume stuffs on the aircon vents, resulted in so many aircon vents being damaged, and then they go back and claim warranty? And then they say that they've never hanged anything there because customers always lie. I knew that, I know that. Alright, consumers always lie to big brands. Most of the time it's the consumers lying, not the dealers. Alright, that's another thing I noticed. This is unnecessary. See, in terms of ergonomics, to open a door, it's better to have an L shape that curves upwards instead of one that curves downwards, because your hand is at the bottom. So when you pull stuffs, it's always better if it's like that, then it's easier on the pull, right? This one, this happened more often than once. Alright, because it's like that. Okay, alright, so if it's locked, yeah, what if it's okay, it started, it's in D, it's locked. Oh, the new generation pull once to open. Used to be twice. It used to be twice. I put on my seatbelt. Or maybe there's a setting, I'm not sure. But I distinctly remember. Ooh, is that even good? It used to be a double pull in older BMWs or older German cars. So I guess it's proven. New ones, single pull. But why? It used to be double. Okay, and this is a kind of car where you tend to know you can forget about switching off, you can forget about locking your car, because it just does everything for you, and you do not know when it has done what. Okay, overall fantastic drive, superb comfort, great handling, great space, boot and inside, extremely comfortable, really well built. Yeah, it made me hate the car less. Okay, I love how the car is in everything that it is except the UI, and I still need time on its exterior. I still don't like its exterior. I still don't understand why BMW do this. Look at my BMW. It is so beautiful. And then look at my neighbor's BMW. It's so beautiful. The other two neighbors' BMW, they're so beautiful. And this is just straight up Japanese. Yeah, it's not a pretty design. It's not an original design. It is actually a very fat car, but they make the underside black color to give you the perception that it is slimmer than it actually really is. It is actually a very fat car. It is fat and big. Okay, but there is something about its stance that is athletic. The proportion of the car. First, the wheelbase is extremely long, crazy long. I do not know what's underneath the bonnet because there's so much space there. The boot is massive. Space is adequate. It's really spacious inside. It's like a short wheelbase 7 Series. Okay. Yeah. So, yep. Let me know what do you think. Navigate to Kuala Lumpur International Airport.
I found 20 entries. Which one should I choose?
20. No idea.
KL 也没什么车。
Hello.
还没回来。
我没有录你们声音的。不过你看我的手，我的两个手，
什么事？
你看我两个手没有抓 steering 的。
哦，
啊，
是啊。
好了，他自己在开了，他 steering 自己摆了，
哦，
他油自己踩 ，brake 自己踩了。
这是无人驾驶咯。
但是我要坐在车里面，我的手，每5秒要摸 steering wheel，
哦，
我的手不能离开 steering wheel 5 seconds， 啊，但是他自己转那个 steering wheel。
你是 testing 啊？
testing 啊，这辆也是跑电的，这些都是跑电的。
你说你们够电回吧？
够。
你说够？有点可怕。够。
不够的话，他就会找附近哪里有 charger， 然后问我要不要去，他就带我去 charge
是啊。
嗯，这样啊。
这样好了，就是打油。
嗯
这样子。
嗯。我们的奥迪也是嘛，如果没有油了这，他自己会讲附近有这个油站，你要不要去？啊啊，你按 OK， 他就带你去哦。嗯，因为怕你人生地不熟嘛。啊。
现在这马来西亚还没有通行啊，这种车。
很多了咯，电车
多了。
很多，
新加坡
因为
有吗？
新加坡少过马来西亚，因为马来西亚免税，电车免税啊，所以很多人买电车。
新加坡也是有啦。
有，新加坡有。Okay, leaving KLIA now. This, just now when I was departing from where I was, it says when I reach KLIA I will be down to 62%. But when I got here I still got 64. And when I depart, it says I have 347 km left. After I got here to KLIA, it says I still have 330 over. That means the drive here, mostly due to the traffic, and I wasn't going excessively high speed, just moderately above the speed limit, like how every Malaysian drives. So that itself would mean that the aerodynamics of the car actually does its work, because for EVs, right, the most important thing is aero, because EVs don't fare that well at high speeds. So aero is a huge contributor to. Why is my heads-up display slanted? What's going on? Is that like a setting? No. That's the standard view. It wasn't like that just now as I was coming here. It wasn't slanted this way, but now it is. Something is off, and I do not know how to adjust it. Head-up display setting. Okay.
Head-up display.
Brightness. What's going on with the head-up display? It is not oriented straight up. Let's see. Oh, height. There's a height adjustment. It's the rotation. Yeah. Now it orients back. This is weird. Now it is straight, so I don't need to adjust anymore. That is full on weird. Try. Okay, okay, now that's better. Okay, yeah. Let's go back and see what range we're talking about. But so far, the ride is sublime. It's super comfortable, very, very quiet. And there's a lot of things that I cannot immediately, intuitively know where to look for. But most of the time, the voice command allows me to get closer to it, to where it's supposed to be. Okay, and yeah, and then cruise control is super easy to set now. Press the mode. I can select whether it's full on or just speed limit or just distance control or assisted driving. When it's assisted driving, I can set the speed and then it will target the car in front. It will look for a car to target and then it will let me know once it has identified one. I can increase the speed, you know, so, but I still haven't found where's the distance controller here. There's no I haven't found the distance control. There should be an immediate access to adjust distance, which I so far hasn't found yet. Yeah, is it this one? Not this. Nope. I need to find a distance control. I cannot find it. I thought it's a very simple thing that adaptive cruise control, you have to have direct access to the button that sets the distance. And assisted driving settings.
Assisted driving.
Okay. Distance control. Why is the distance control here? Why? It should be. It should be automatically available wherever it is. Alright? So yeah. Okay, at least it's here. See? The voice control helps. Yeah. Anyhow. See, now it found a car to target. And the car in front is going 80, so it's following the speed of the car in front. And so far, I like it. And when I leave my hands off the wheels for more than 5 seconds, it will light up this. And what BMW use is capacitive. So Volvo, you have to pull the steering wheel a little bit to let it feel the torque. Then it knows your hands are there. Whereas BMW, I just need to touch it. It's capacitive. Let me show you. It's gonna light up and I touch. See? So this is a better way, and it's more relaxed. I don't need to purposely put weight on the steering wheel to simulate hands holding it. And let's see how the car cancels this when I don't touch it for extended period of time. See whether it will maintain the distance control. It's going to shine red after orange, and then it should alarm me if I'm not holding the wheel. Now this is quite a long time. Now it's red in color. Alright. Inability to drive detected. Emergency stop. See, the car is coming to a stop and lighting the double signals. That means the car actually thought I am immobilized and lights up the double signals and slowly slow down the car to assume I am immobile. So in a way, if I have diabetes or I suddenly pass out in the car will maintain its lane and, you know, come to a halt with double signal light up, which is safe. But I hope the car can use its radar to detect rear cars behind me and help me safely navigate to the side of the road. That would be awesome. That would be a great use of assisted driving or driving assist. But so far, instead of immediately cancelling everything, what BMW does is BMW felt, okay, I'm done. But since they have the infrared sensor over here, they should use the infrared sensor, which sends my eyes, because if I'm not looking at the road in front, the car can sense it, right? They should have these two things working hand in hand to actually, you know, tell the car whether I'm lying or not. But anyway, that's too much to ask for, okay? But so far, I like BMW's updated pilot assist. You know, they actually put in effort to change. I always tell, remember my previous other reviews, again this come back to the differences between a journalist and the new influencers. Influencers will tell you what the car has, you know, but they will never tell you that car makers shouldn't use the old cruise control stock to use it on
6-minute congestion in 5 kilometers.
On modern
Still
adaptive
on the
cruise
fastest
control.
route.
Because modern adaptive cruise control, you should just have simple button to turn on and off, adjust the speed, and that's about it. But I hope there is another toggle here to actually toggle the distance. But of course, toggling the distance is in a way our fear of the car not being able to judge the distance, right? That's why the first generation adaptive cruise control allow us to adjust the distance. But probably what BMW thinks is that why should we let the car owners or the drivers themselves adjust the distance? Because based on different speeds, based on different road conditions, the car should be able to adjust it automatically on the fly. So that is the reason why they take out distance control. And my fear for not being able to control the distance probably come from me using earlier generation adaptive cruise control. Alright, so now I'm gonna take over, passing this toll booth. So far this car is so exceptionally comfortable it certainly beats the rest in the segment. And yeah, if you want an executive car, it makes no sense to not pick a quiet one like this that is so efficient. Alright, and yeah, the looks, I still don't like it. Alright, cheers.
You should reach your destination by 1942.
Okay, now you know. After KRA's toll, going back KL, this section is always jammed. And whenever I drive a car with adaptive cruise control, my fear for jams are much lesser. I kid you not. You should ask friends who have adaptive cruise control in their car, like Proton X70 and all that, right? You try and ask those friends, they see traffic jam differently, because whenever it's traffic jam, they just turn on their adaptive cruise control, because some adaptive cruise control doesn't have traffic jam assist, some has. So when you have traffic jam assist, right, it's a godsend, because the car just helps you deal with the jam. And because at such low speeds, even if you don't hold the steering wheel, the car will actually not cancel the thing. The car will just continue to roll, following the traffic in front, observing the cars around it, and just deal with the jam. So yeah, that's what the car sees, that's what I see. I think it's very good for this augmented reality thing to allow me to know what the car sees, so that I have a better peace of mind knowing the car saw what I see. You see this one just signal moving into my lane, and the car is now observing it as well, putting it into, come on, go Myvi, go. Now will the car see the red Myvi as well? Yes. Yeah. And now the car will deal with the jam for me. The car shows me that it knows the lane, that it sees the lane and its intended trajectory and the object in front of me. Alright? So yeah. So I'm way less stressful in traffic jams like these, especially these types, stop and go, right, are the types that are actually more accident prone, okay? And having a car that has this type of system is just a lot less stressful, you know. And yeah, time for some music. And yep, that's the i5, which again, like all new BMW products, I don't like the exterior design yet. They do look modern. They look more modern than the current gen, way more modern. Immediately you park one beside, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. This is the newer one. Is it prettier? Yeah, not sure, but it's certainly newer. Okay, and again, I don't like the UI UX, but the technology behind the voice command and all that totally negates or yeah, it negates the need for good UI UX. Come to think of it, right? Good UI UX exists because the technology of computer doesn't understand human speech, hence needs good UI UX for humans to interact with computers. But if computers were able to better understand speech, the cognitive interpretation of what I'm trying to say or what I want to do, then there is virtually no need for UI UX at the end of the day, right? So yeah, thank you for watching, and I've reviewed thousands of cars. If you want to watch the others, if it's your first time here, go ahead. And yeah, I'm the guy who explore new cars together with you guys. So I don't study the car beforehand. I don't prepare scripts. I don't read anything about it. I explore it together with you, and because I explore a lot of cars, I tend to have a wider perspective to know, not know, but to be able to share what I think works, what I think don't work. Yeah, cheers. Beautiful handling. I can't see how a 5-person family sedan that, you know, is like a personal luxury car where you don't use drivers. I don't see how it can progress further from this, because this sets the bar pretty high. Yeah. Of course, the i7 is way more comfortable than this, but that's a much larger car, right? I realized the car is so comfortable, I kept putting it in efficient mode. So I forgot it's a BMW. It has a sport mode. Oh my god, is this like Hellcat mode? Anyway, let's try the sport mode. 1, 2, 3. That's a sound that scares people. Ooh, thank you. Okay, this is not the top rated i5, but I would say that is meaningful acceleration. And immediately I use up like almost 50 clicks of juice. It is showing 272 now. Just now it was showing like 300-ish. And in front of me is the Hyundai Starex or Staria or whatever, that looks like an electric car, but it's not an electric car. It's I think it's still diesel, the Staria. Yeah, Staria. It looks super futuristic, but is it electric? It's not, right? But where's the exhaust? I don't see the exhaust. Okay, I have no idea what it is. Anyway, let's find a way to overtake this van. Alright, healthy acceleration, but not recommended. If you drive an EV, if you behave like that, don't go to the manufacturer and tell them, hey, you're lying, you said I'm supposed to have 450 kilometers of range but I only get 200 out of it. You know, it's how heavy your foot is. So if you drive calmly, smoothly, like how cars are supposed to be driven on the road, then you have a lot of mileage. Cheers. Back to efficient mode and enjoy my music, because it's an extremely comfortable car. Even though the badge says BMW, it's an executive comfortable car. It's not a sports sedan, even though it handles well. Okay? Cheers.